Good afternoon, everyone, dear friends. Today we will be accelerating our deposit from $3,000 to $10,000 or even more. So we will use the moving average and stochastic oscillator indicators, and we can begin. So looking for the right situation here, guys, pay attention in this place, and I see a great situation to enter the deal. We could open down here. I'm opening a trade down. So what can we notice here? Here we have the price reaching a very good resistance level. This is how it looks like, from which the price is already pushing away and going in the opposite direction. So according to the stochastic indicator, we can also see that the lines are already reversing. That's why we opened the deal down. And our deal is working out great. We are closing in the plus side. The balance is already over $4,000. The strategy is suitable for daily profits, and we can make $10,000 or even more every week from this line. Yeah. So looking further for the right situation to enter. So here look, like in this place I see a great situation. I'll open on the downside. The general price movement on the moving average indicator is moving down. As for stochastic, we also see that the lines are heading for reversal, decline, and therefore the trade was opened in the same direction. And great job, guys! Look at this, over $5,000 already. Great result. Like, we don't stop there. I would also like to know that we in our Telegram channel more in detail, like how to use these trading strategies, trading indicators. So come on, subscribe. But we keep going, looking for the right situations, and this trading strategy is also suitable for both beginners and experienced traders. So look, guys, I see a very good situation to enter the trade. We can open on the upside here, and here we have the price reaching a very good level. This is what it looks like. In addition, according to the stochastic indicator, we can also notice that the line is reversing and going in the opposite direction. Therefore, the trade was opened in the same direction. And our deal closes in plus. Our trading strategy works perfectly. Trading indicators also do not let us down. We already have $6,000 in the balance, and we changed the currency pair. Looking for a situation that fits our strategy. This is where we could open down. I see that the price has already reversed, and we can clearly see it in the stochastic indicator. The general movement of the price according to the moving average indicator is moving downwards, so the deal was opened in the same direction. So here you guys see there's almost like $7,000 on the balance. Our deal is closing the plus side, of course, and the trading strategy is working very well. We are further looking for the right situation to enter the trade. Okay, look, at this point I open up on this upside. The price has already reversed, and moving average tells us that our overall price movement is moving upward. We can see that the line is moving upwards according to the stochastic indicator. So the line has already reversed upwards, and that is why the trade was opened in the same direction. So, but well done, dear friends. Our deal closes plus almost $8,000 on the balance sheet. There's not much left until $10,000, and we look beyond that, changing the currency pair. And as I said before, this strategy works out very well. It is suitable for weekly profits and is also suitable for beginners and experienced traders alike. Look, guys, at this point I see a great situation to enter the trade. We may open down at this point. I'm opening downstairs. Here the general price movement or moving average is moving downwards according to the stochastic indicator. We also see that the lines are really on the reversal, so we open a deal in the same direction, like downwards. And our deal works out perfectly. We close in plus, we take our profit, we have almost $9,000 in the balance. We have increased our deposit from $3,000 only, a great result I think. But we do not stop here, we are looking further for a suitable situation to enter the deal. So look guys, like at this point I see a great situation to enter the trade. Like we can open a down trade here, I'm opening downstairs. What can we also notice here? Like according to the stochastic indicator, we can see like that the line has reached the upper boundary. This indicates that it will further push away from it and go in the opposite direction, like downward. And our deal closes in the plus side. Look at the balance sheet at $9,500. Like a really great result, I think. You know, we can open one more trade and call it a day. So we continue to look for a suitable situation to enter the deal. Hey guys, look, I see a pretty good situation here. We can open a down trade and we have the price reaching a pretty good resistance level. This is what it looks like according to the stochastic indicator. We see that the lines also go to the reversal, like downward. So we open the deal in the same direction. So look, our deal is working out perfectly. Closing in the plus, the balance is already over $10,000. Like we can stop here. Yes, great trading today. Maxed out our deposit from just like $3,000, a very good result as for me. This strategy is suitable for both beginners and experienced traders. I would also like to know that in our Telegram channel we have more details on like how to use these trading strategies. So and trading indicators of course. So go on over, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my Telegram channel, but we can stop there. So thank you all for watching. Bye.